On the inside, looking out is very loosely based on my life. With the Kennedy character, I was able to tell about the abuse. All three books definitely are about relationships, mental health,
Okay.
and yeah, you can say abuse, but not always physical. Nothing impacted me like this though. When I released that first book, all my family fell out with me.
What?
They did not. Like, I'm talking about, they read it and they can identify certain things. That's how close to the truth it is.
We live.
Elaborate.
Okay, hold up. Let me get on my deal. This is Elaborate. I'm your host, Mac. Thank you for coming back. I got family in the building today.
Hey.
Straight up. We got urban romance fiction author, a mother, formerly known as a corporate thug.
Hey.
Flat out. She got a degree around working numbers. She can work numbers for you too. Don't know what that's called. We might figure that out. Okay. She got previous publications by On the Inside Looking Out, On the Inside Wanting Out, and Boundaries, and she's here to talk about her new unreleased project, Rearranged. Author Lakaii Richardson in the building.
Elaborate.
What it do?
What's up? What's going on, bro?
Ain't nothing going on. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Very well.
You know.
I'm super excited to be here with you.
For sure, glad to have you. You know, you was on my butt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
I gotta get on.
Absolutely, because I didn't understand why I wasn't the first guest. I didn't understand. But it's okay.
Straight
We here
up.
now.
Scoot your mic closer to you.
Okay.
All right. How your mental health, man?
Whoa, we starting now?
Yeah, we starting there.
You know what? Honestly, this year has been a very challenging year. I'm not depressed, and I'm thankful for that because I probably should be. But
You shouldn't be.
I'm hanging in there. I'm standing on my faith. That's honestly, bro. That's all I got. Like, honestly, it's been a crazy year from January 1st all the way to today. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I can relate. Straight up. Okay. Tell the people where to find you at so they can go get the book and give you a follow, because she doing giveaways and everything.
Absolutely. I'm trying to definitely build my brand. So you could follow me at author Lakaii on Instagram as well as TikTok, or my website, LakaiiRichardson.com.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna start with the new book,
Okay.
since that's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
What brought about the concept of a new book, period? What made you say, I need to write another book?
Well, honestly, my passion, it is writing. Like, I've been writing since I was, I don't know, like, I started journaling maybe around the 3rd grade, and I still have those journals to this day.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. I literally journal still to this day. Like, I buy a new journal every month, and I journal every single last month. Like, I got a diary.
What kind of stuff in the journal? It's like kid stuff?
I mean, back then, yeah, it was just my thoughts, my ideas. I would create little characters or whatever. Now it's more serious. It's what happened through the day, how it felt through the day. And journaling is so therapeutic because it gives you an opportunity to go back, especially during the hard times. And maybe I pick up a journal from last year to see where I was. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see the growth. I see the change. I can keep pushing forward because it's going to work out. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just like when I'm dead and gone, y'all going to have a lot of stuff to read.
Hey, that's what I be on. I be wanting, like, I don't want my grandkids to know how I was. Like, I got content on her, cuz you know meaning.
Exactly.
I'm here.
There you go.
Straight up.
Absolutely. So it'll be a lot of secrets, a lot of things, a lot of thoughts or whatever. And who knows what may happen with all those things. But I even write to my daughter, like, just how I feel as her mom. I started before she was born. I kind of got like a little book and told her about different things that I was doing while I was pregnant with her. And I've continued it for the last 8 years. So I'm just really passionate about writing, and that's a form of remembrance for me as well, because I don't know. One of my worst fears is having Alzheimer's, like, because
really?
it runs in my family.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, if I write everything down, maybe I'll be able to remember if I ever get to that place. It's crazy, I know, but
so is that what started the writing?
I'm an only kid with my mom, and so back when we were growing up, you had to find stuff to do to entertain yourself, and so I used to read all of the time, and I read all the Babysitter Clubs, all the Goosebumps,
Babysitter
all those
Club.
things. Yeah, I
The
stayed.
Bernstein Bears used to be my jam.
Absolutely, absolutely. I owned every single last one of those. And so I went to the library a lot, and because I read a lot, I was like, I want to write a book, but I never. I mean, of course, at this point, I'm a kid. Like you know. And then fast forward. I continued to write, continued to journal, continued to do all those things. And I went through, I was depressed. I didn't know that I was depressed though. But one of my friends was like, I'm going to let you talk to my therapist. I think it's a good idea. And
what age was this?
At this point, I'm an adult. This is maybe around 2011, 2012. And I went to therapy and we was talking and she was like, how do you get your emotions and your feelings out? I said, I write. And she was like, oh, write me something. And so I said, I got plenty of stuff that you can read. So she took it and she came back. She was like, have you ever thought about turning your story into a book? And so I was like, no, not really. She was like, if you don't want somebody to know something, put it in a book. And so she was like, I'm gonna challenge you to do that because I think that this will make you feel a lot better. So that's where On the Inside Looking Out came from.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know, but On the Inside Looking Out is very loosely based on my life. I was able to, through my character Kennedy, I was able to tell about my upbringing and the abuse that I went through.
Okay, so you Kennedy.
I'm Kennedy, but I'm actually in that book, I'm a little bit of all of them, to be perfectly honest. With the Kennedy character, I was able to tell about the abuse. With the Mitch character, it was confidence and an ego that I do have sometimes. With the Sydney character, it showed she represents my insecurities. Tia represents the pettiness that I can have, everybody can have. Kayla, she is a little bit more based off of somebody else. I won't bring up the name, but yeah. So I was able to pour myself into that book and tell an authentic story that was loosely based on my life. Because you had to add the extra drama, so everything that happened didn't happen, but majority of the stuff, especially as it related to the abuse, is true.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And do all three books contain abuse?
All three books definitely are about relationships, mental health, and yeah, you can say abuse, but not always physical.
Right.
So On the Inside Wanting Out actually picked up exactly where On the Inside Looking Out stopped. That was probably my most creative book, to be perfectly honest, because I just took the tropes from the first book and extended those. It's actually my favorite book. And then Boundaries, I wanted to extend the On the Inside series. So I wanted to add some more characters. Like I'm a big reader, like I said before, and I have a lot of favorites. But one of the things that I don't like is when people run a character into the ground. Like it's just like, give me somebody else. Like let's extend this. So Boundaries can actually be read as a standalone. Okay. But it's still a part of the On the Inside universe. And it gave me an opportunity to introduce new characters and new situations or whatever. And so Rearranged, the question that you asked me is, why did I pick up? Well, I've been writing Rearranged for like the last 2 years, to be perfectly honest. But I went through a very dark 2 years. And so I wrote like 8 different versions of that book. And you can tell everything I was going through within those different things. So I had been promising, hey, I'm going to drop this book. Because one thing about me is before, when I was a corporate thug, I prioritized that. I treated this as a hobby. And so I was making money. I was comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need to sell books. It was just so I'll drop the book and be like, hey, I bought a book. And they sold, you know what I mean? But I didn't take the market. I didn't put money into the market, and I didn't do any of those things. So going back to 2 years ago, like I said, I started it. At that time I was promoting. I was doing all those things. But then I went through a very dark mental space, and I just didn't have it in me. Like I kept writing it, and it just didn't feel right. And so fast forward, last year in October, I was laid off from my corporate job. I was telling you this before, but I had been praying like for God to make way for my passion. And when my boss terminated me or laid me off, he said, I hope you can find work that you're passionate about. And so I felt like that was God's way of saying, hey, you asked for it, here it is. You know what I mean? So I worked on my finances, made sure everything has been straight. And I was like, I'm finna do this. Like, it's time for me to put this as a priority, make my writing. I need to do what I was born to do, and I think that I'm on the right path. So
okay, let's go all the way back. You feel me?
All right.
Character development. How much character development do you need to do when you're writing a book?
For me, I'm gonna be honest. I'm one who I need to see, feel smell your book. So
Okay.
I want when people read my books, I want them to be able to say, like, be comparing them to somebody, like, this person put me in the mind of this person, or looking for the places that I'm talking to. So I spend a lot of time developing characters. Like, I want you to know everything about them. Like, I want them to feel very real for you. So for me, like, each character is it don't take me that long because it's something that comes natural to me, but it's hours spent and putting them together, making sure that you know, like, what they look like, what they feel like, how tall is he, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be as vivid as possible.
How many times do you have to rearrange your characters?
How many
persona?
times?
Like, switch it. Like, somebody might be a certain way, but you might switch something about their character to make it fit better.
So this is the first time. That's why this book is called Rearranged.
Okay.
Because everything that you thought you knew is not there anymore. All the characters and their behaviors, because of their experiences, have changed drastically.
See, I ain't even know that. Boy, that boy good, boy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Rearranged. Tell me the book without telling me the book.
So Rearranged, sort of, kind of, like I told you before, Boundaries can probably be read as a standalone. Mm-hmm. Rearranged kind of picks up where on the inside wanting out left off. So you're going to have an opportunity to figure out if the babies were really Mitch's. Mm-hmm. You'll know if Mitch and Kennedy were able to work out anything.
The side babies?
The side babies.
Okay.
You'll know if they were, because if you read Inside Wanting Out and Boundaries, there were, like, different little eggs that were put in there to give you some speculations about the children. Mm-hmm. So you'll find out if they're really real. You'll see Tia and Sydney, their best friends, their relationship being tested to the furthest extent.
Mess, girl.
Oh, it is a mess. It is a mess. Like, I was reading back over it, like, girl, you could have pissed somebody off. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and say this ahead of time. I am going to leave you with a cliffhanger in this one, but it was necessary because I really want to wrap up this series. So the good part about it is I'm over 80% finished with writing the final book. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got to have that one to my editor by May 30th. So
okay,
it'll be released this year.
Okay. We ain't going to tell you the name of that. All you need to know is Rearranged.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Exactly.
So how long? You said it took you 2 years. What's the average time it takes you to write a book?
Oh, I can write a book in less than 60 days, you know, when I'm where I need to be mentally. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that I wasn't writing.
You was corporate thugging.
Like that. And then my mind was just so scrambled. You know what I'm saying? It was just like the book didn't feel genuine to me. I don't want to publish anything that I wouldn't write. I mean, I wouldn't read myself. And so every time I would read it, it felt like I was forcing it. It felt like I said, it was very dark places in the book because I was in a dark space. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't right, you know? So I just, you know, like I would work on it every once in a while and just kind of do whatever. But this time I'm like, let me go on and wrap this up. So I found the version that I appreciated the most and edited it. And that's what you're getting.
Straight up. You said writing is therapeutic. Is that the power that you find in writing it down?
Absolutely.
Do you believe in the power that they say if you wanted it to be done or you know what I'm saying, you want it to come to fruition, write it down?
Yeah, I believe that 100% because I've seen it over my lifetime, like all the time. I'm big on vision boards. I'm big on putting things into the universe, big on prayer, you know what I mean? And I've seen things come to fruition. I'll tell you a story. I hosted a vision board party at my house one year, and this is the year before I found out that I was pregnant with Harley, so that had to be like 2015. And so I had all these grandiose ideas or things I wanted to accomplish, but Mike and I had been trying to get pregnant for a while, and it was not happening, and I didn't want to be disappointed, so I did not put it on the board, but I put the energy on the board, if that makes sense to you.
Right.
And then the next year I was pregnant.
Straight up.
Yeah, but not only that, I look back at the vision board, and maybe I try not to overwhelm myself because I try to create realistic goals. So it's probably like 9 things on there, and I had all 9 things, including the energy that I put on there. I got. So I mean, you should try it if you don't do it.
That's crazy. Look, funny story. I tried it, and the vision board wasn't like that. It did not hit. I don't think not one thing hit on that thing. Like, I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I used the wrong glue. I don't know if I was supposed to use tape. I don't know what happened. Did it have enough sticky notes on there?
Listen.
It didn't hit. Did it hit? That motherfucker wasn't hitting. I was like, dang, cuz.
So you have to, first and foremost, and I'm not accusing you of not doing it, but you have to put it there, but you have to be intentional about what it is that you want. Like, it's not just going to show up.
Oh, well, yeah. I feel like was we intentional? I feel like I was intentional.
Okay. So
you know what I'm saying? I probably, you know what? I probably didn't go 100% on that thing. I ain't gonna cap to you.
Okay. So there we go.
You know, I probably ain't go 100% on that thing. But I was like, you ain't doing what you need to do. Like, and then how long do you give a vision board? You supposed to do it every year?
I mean, you can do it every year. Honestly, this year I have been, just because my life has been rearranged too. I've been doing one like every quarter. I just actually met with some of my homegirls, like, to go over to see to make adjustments or whatever. But that's the thing. Sometimes you have to adjust. Sometimes you have to, you do it for your own. You have to give yourself realistic goals. Like, so I can't say, hey, one of my goals is to become a millionaire, not have the steps that I need to actually get there, or tell you that it's going to happen in the next 30 days. You know what I'm saying? So that would be more of a long-term goal. You know what I'm saying? But things like the lower hanging fruit, you can actually put that on your, for example, I need to do much better with marketing and being on social media. I suck. Like, I'm not a big social media person. I like to protect my energy. So, but I know that if I put in the work, my pages will grow. So that, what that looks like on a vision board is, hey, I want to be able to grow my page by 1,000 people, and these are the steps I'm going to take. And then you actually take those steps, and it'll happen. You know what I mean? So, so they can be super small goals, or like I said, my goals are always, I dream big, like I really do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, years have gone by and stuff didn't happen, or it has been a situation where you realize that what you put on the board, it really wasn't for you. So you just have to be open-minded to that as well.
Yeah, that's the vision board thing. I be trying to kind of hate on y'all niggas that be like, you made a vision board and everything can't try. Like, what?
No.
My vision board was missing, cuz.
I need to see that vision board, and we're going to sit down and say, and I'm going to ask you the questions to see what you did and didn't do, because I ain't never seen no vision board with nothing that came.
Do we still got that vision board? It's on your phone? She probably ain't got it. She probably got it. But, okay, so let's talk about the cover changes.
Yes.
On the old books.
Yes.
Why the cover change?
Number one, when I got into publishing, I was doing it myself, and I didn't know all of the ins and outs. I'm just kind of throwing stuff out there to see what stuck. In addition to that, my budget was different. You know what I mean? So I used the people that I had. And to be perfectly honest, the covers don't, even though I like my covers, those are my babies, they don't actually fit the genre that I write in. Okay. So it's, in order for me to like get people, unfortunately, still to this day, though we've been told not to judge a book by its cover, readers judge books by their covers.
Yeah, we definitely judge by the cover.
Absolutely. So, and that's so different for me. Like I said, it's just a different age group, I think, because I'm still very much one who wants to touch it. I'm going to read the stuff on the back. I could really care less what's on the front of it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know what's in it. You know what I mean? But nowadays, like I said, people are more visual, so they don't read it. They'll buy a book just because the cover is pretty. You know what I mean? And so in order for me to, extend my brand and actually get more, like the right type of people to actually read my stuff, it's important that I just change them. So I got to let them go. But they dope. The new ones are, for sure. And they do fit better, and I'm like, oh, I like this feel. At first, I ain't even gonna lie. I was when I talked to the girl that who designed the covers for me, and she's so dope. She was like, you know what, I want to read the books. You know what I'm saying? Before I think about a cover design for this one. So she was like, because you want it to be in line, right? And so our second conversation, she says, have you ever thought about changing all the covers? And I said, no. And I was giving her all the reasons why and whatever. And she was like, no, you got to update this brand. So she showed me. I told her, listen, I'm leaving it up to you. I trust you. Show me. And she came through.
Yeah, that's, I was surprised.
Really? Why?
I was surprised. I don't know. I didn't think it was just going to change the covers. You know what I'm saying? Like, people thought, I don't know. Like, I was like, dang, cuz. Yeah. She done switched the covers?
I had to switch the covers. I'm switching to everything. Like, all the stuff that did not work for me before, I got to change it. You know? So
that's the definition of insanity. Yeah. Doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
There you go. Feel me? Absolutely. So I already seen what these can do. Like I said, I'm tremendously blessed, because even with my lazy marketing strategy, not really saying anything, those books have sold a lot. You know what I mean? But I feel like if I didn't put in effort and still sold books, Like now that I'm actually taking the steps that I need to, there's no reason I can't succeed. So.
Yeah. Okay. And now you're putting faces with the characters. Okay. The soap opera coming soon. What made you go into that? Because I was like, oh, okay, now like I could see this person now.
Yeah, so I'd really been excited about putting the little book trailers together. So I found this real cool AI tool. Don't ask me the name of it right now because I really don't know. I slipped up.
They ain't
on
giving
it.
us no money. We ain't telling them no way. So we good.
So the funny part is I went in to do a membership to not like just your trial. Some kind of way I bought the doggone whole year. I'm like, how did I even do that? So I was like, forget it. I might as well make it work for me. So I sat down with it for a day and try to figure out what I can do with it. So I was going to pay somebody to make a whole like book trailer for me.
Right.
And I was like, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I went through my character descriptions and pulled them all out and plugged it into the thing. And the tool is super powerful. And I was like, okay, all I got to do is clip this up. So I just want it to be, because again, people are so much more visual now. I'm like, okay, maybe if you visualize, then you'll be interested in the book. But the other awesome thing about it is, the first two books were on Audible. I was able to have my books read by E. Kane, and I love her so much. And so she actually just started working on Boundaries and Rearranged too. So those will come out with this next release. So I'm excited about that.
When does Rearranged come out? When does it drop? When does it drop that? You can pre-order it now. I'm gonna put the pre-order link in the description. Y'all can go get y'all book already.
Absolutely.
And it just comes straight to you.
A cute little gift as well. So definitely support your girl. But Rearranged drops on May 9th.
May 9th.
Yeah, so that's
any significance around that date?
No, I didn't want to drop it in April because number one, I got it coming up to a book release is a lot of work. Like you got to make sure that it's updated on several platforms, that everything is like flowing together basically. And I'm a one-man team. So with that being said, I need to be able to extend it. But April, people are worried about their taxes and stuff like that. Nobody's really paying attention, So if you do like the research, there are certain times that you should drop books. If you're dropping a book that's about Valentine or love or whatever, sometimes February is the best month. If it's a holiday kind of feel to the book, November or December is going to be your best month. You know what I'm saying? For me, even though this is urban romance, it's the summertime. Kids are getting ready to get out of school. Moms are going to be on the beach with their book. It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the process from after I write the book? What is my next step to the publication?
So you write the book. Every book needs an editor. I mean, people sleep on editors and think that they can do it on their own. I do not recommend that. I have had to re-edit those books before, because it was just not done well. So you want to go through the editing process. The editing process is usually like 4 steps because you need 4 different kinds of editing, really. So when they're done,
what are the 4 different types?
I knew you was gonna ask me that. I almost started not to.
I'm too good not to ask you that. You should already know this.
But no, it's like line editing. Line editing is just making sure that your sentence formats is well. It has to be proofread. So even after they get all of the grammatical errors out, you want to make sure that your characters aren't switching up. You want to make sure that you didn't call somebody Tamika in the front of the book and then Tanya at the end of the book. You know what I'm saying? So it's honestly, it is names for all of these things, but I don't have them right now.
That's why you got to hire an editor, because they do.
There you go. That's they like what I do is which package you want, the one that come with everything.
Yeah.
Because I can't say. I mean, like I can write, but I'm not an editor. Okay?
Yeah, I just want to be the artist. I just want to just do what I do and just like hand it to the right people to go through the next step. So hire an editor, and then what's next?
Hire an editor. Then while they're editing, you need to figure out, like, of course, you need a book cover design. For me, I like my covers designed before I actually create the books because I have a vision in my head or whatever. So this was actually done the opposite way, which actually worked out in my favor because she was able to be able to see a vision that I didn't see. So and this can happen in any order, but from there, for me, I wanted a narrator because, again, people don't like to read all of the time, so I need you to be able to listen on your way to work. So I need to make sure that I'm everywhere that readers will be, which is the next thing. You need to decide what platforms you want your book to come on. For me, everybody goes to Amazon. My books are available in Barnes & Nobles. It's Books a Million, not Books a Million, but it's available on several other platforms. I have never sold more than I sell on Amazon.
Straight up.
So honestly, this go around, I might not even take the time.
She said she was in Born to Know. That was life flex on you niggas. That life flex, hey, she got watching. She a life flex on you real quick. Don't play with it. Hey, I'm telling you, I know it. She a life flex on you real quick. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Calm down, y'all. Calm down.
But I want you want to make sure that you have your book on the right platform. Like I said, right now, I don't care what is happening with Amazon. People still gonna shop with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have a list of different platforms or whatever, because all of them have different requirements. All of them pay different or whatever. So you want to be able to figure out what platform you belong on. Then once your book is edited, usually the editor will format it for the cover, and you upload the books to the different platforms, and that's pretty much it. I skipped the step. You have to have for me, I have to have my own ISBN numbers as well as my own barcodes, because when you are publishing on Amazon, they will give you all of those things, but they pretty much own your book at that point. I need to have
what's the ISBN number?
It's just the code that's like, you know how, let me show you. It's just the code to register your book. Like, you have to register your book. It's a trademark kind of thing. So it's usually like on the first page or at the back of the book. All of them have it. It's just to say that Lakaii Richardson owns this book. Okay. And nobody can take it from me. Nobody can just go make a movie based off of my book. It belongs to me. So it's like a copyright. Okay. And then your barcode is, of course, just the code. That way, if I decide that I'm going to move my books off one platform to another one, I can do it. Not that I can't with Amazon, but I like to own my own stuff. If I ever get picked up by a major publisher, I can say, and they want to go back and make changes or whatever, I own them. I don't have to worry about going through any type of legal thing. So definitely an ISBN and a barcode, and that's all going to be needed for the inside of your book as well as for the cover. So outside of that, like I say, you upload it and you schedule a release date, and it drops whenever you put it out there. So.
What things usually miss in books that make them not interesting?
Oh, a lot of things can happen to make the books not interesting. To me, you have to make the book flow. You need to make it has to be exciting. Usually, a lot of times, what I've experienced from books that I've read is they can go on too long. They can get heavy in the middle, meaning it's just a lot of words. Is they're building up stuff. Like, you need action. You need to make sure that you keeping people engaged through, like, just keeping them on their toes. Like, what's going to happen on the next page? You want to keep them turning, and drama keeps them turning. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this genre. So, like I said, you can have boring stuff. Like, it's a lot. I mean, let me say this. As an artist, there is an audience for anybody. So I can't necessarily say what does not work, because some of this stuff people don't like. The wrong person can pick up a contemporary reader can pick up my book and be disgusted with it because it's too much cursing, it's too much sex, it's too much of everything. But then you give it to somebody who actually enjoy urban fiction, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, that was the best book that I had. You know what I mean? So one of the worst reviews that I've gotten is somebody that they were reading the entire series, and they said when they got to Boundaries that I ain't do nothing but rewrite the first two books. And that was not true at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what made her feel that way, but I respect people's opinion. But in my opinion, she probably just wasn't interested in the way that I wrote that book. You know what I mean? So again, it's really to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I like fast paced. I like dramas. I like thugs in the books. I have several thug book boyfriends. You know what I mean? I really do. Lord have mercy. So I like all of the things.
Yeah, straight up. So how as a writer do you stop writing for what works and just write for what you feel?
I always write what I feel. Like, I don't. My thing is, like I told you before, I need to want to read the book that I'm putting out. So I'm not, like, I have another book that I'm working on right now called The House, and that will be me dipping my toe into more of a thriller kind of psychological kind of thing. And so it'll be my first time jumping into that. I'm excited about it because I like those types of books as well, so I know how they should feel. But for me, at the end of the day, it's still going to be a book that I want to read. You know what I mean? So you have to be authentic to yourself. I can't put out something, I can't be like anybody else. I'm uniquely me. You know what I mean? And so I I would be so uncomfortable trying to write to please everybody because it's impossible. You know what I mean? It's like it's impossible. But if I'm happy with it, then I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's with creators that's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what you kind of lean into what the numbers do.
Yeah.
Like with anything, with music, with YouTube, and all of that, it kind of it kind of sways some people.
It does.
Flat out. That's why I asked you. Now, what is the page limit for? Let me say, okay, say YouTube, they say you got 30 seconds. Music, they say you got like 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? What is the page limit for a book for you to have something exciting happen?
For me, all of my books are usually Rearranged is probably the shortest one, which is like maybe 70,000 words, which equals around maybe 260 pages. But Boundaries was 110,000 words. You know what I mean? So I actually write. I don't write novellas because I just have too much to say. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what's a novella? Can you start this over for me, baby?
It's a short book, basically. No, so it's different sizes for books. So a novella is not going to be around. It's probably like 40,000 words. You know what I'm saying? And then a novel is generally going to be anywhere from 70 to 100,000 words or whatever. So like I said, when you break it down into a book, after it's formatted, it's around like 275 pages to 300 pages or so.
Yeah. Okay. How long do I have to be engaged with somebody who read my book? Like, are they going to be engaged by the third page, or are they going to be engaged by the fourth page?
No, my books is going to grab your attention on page number 1.
Okay. Yeah.
So
it got to happen quick.
It got to happen quick.
If you're trying to write a book, you can't wait till page 3 to get juicy.
Absolutely not. That's too much of a slow burn. I need action immediately. Okay.
People got to be engaged.
Absolutely.
Straight up. That's crazy. Page 1?
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about getting people engaged in page 1 if I was writing a book.
Yeah. I mean, because my thing is it's so, you can just, when my editor got my book, she said the first comment was the first 3 lines. She was like, "Oh, you started this off with a bang." Absolutely. So I need you to, because it's nothing worse than a book that people are going to put down and not go back to. You know what I mean? So I don't need you engaged by chapter 5. I need you engaged and want to know what's going to happen. So I do something exciting at the beginning of all of them.
Do you run across or know about females that have a problem in like the publishing world as far as writing is concerned? Is it different? In different industries say, women have challenges in them.
Women have challenges in every industry. And then as a Black woman, you have even more challenges. So yeah, like it's, one of the reasons that I don't put my book on certain platforms is because they don't promote Black work. You know what I mean? And
wait a minute. In 2025, it's people that don't promote Black authors?
Absolutely. Like, it's seriously, we have to have our own community. You know what I mean? Like, literally, you have to fight, and like, you have to have something so amazing to even be noticed or recognized. It's hard to just get people to follow you. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, it's not the easiest thing whatsoever. Like, you have to really be passionate about it and want to stay doing it if you want to be an indie author. Now, this has been by choice. I would love if a major publisher picked me up. To be perfectly honest, I ain't got to spend my own dollars. You know what I mean? They can get me in front of the audience there, and then I'll get a guaranteed check. But at the same time, it's also a lot of stuff that comes with those contracts. So I'm okay with it. This is why I chose to do it this way in the first place, because I actually, long time ago, sent my manuscript and had the interest of somebody, but they they own you. They get to tell you when it's going to be released. They may shelve it. It's like a record contract. You know what I mean? Like, you have to sell so many units, otherwise you owe them some of your sign-on bonus back. It's a lot of different things that be in those contracts. So I'm good over here, to be honest.
So a book deal is actually like a record deal.
Yeah.
So these people can take your book, change
the characters,
a lot of words,
everything, your whole entire vision,
and they ain't gotta tell you nothing. They'll
tell you, but you don't you don't necessarily get a say.
Oh, you can't counter.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you try to do that in the beginning, like if I come in and I'm like, no, like say for instance, I just blow up by myself, which I hope that happens. And somebody, exactly, thank you, speak it.
For sure.
And somebody say, hey, we're gonna pick you up and we want to do whatever. Because I already got clout, I can come in with my rules and regulations. Like, hey, books that I write have to be published. They got to do this or whatever. And you can get that, work with your lawyer to get that included in your contract. But if I'm just this indie author and I mail you my manuscript and you decide to work out a deal, or you use like not a publicist, but a literary agent to try to get me a deal or whatever, like you kind of like it there. I'm just trying to get a deal. I'm trying to get paid. You know what I mean? So right. It's a lot of stuff that you're not gonna go in there to say. But if I'm a best-selling author, everybody know me. Of course, I'm gonna have what I want. Just like these actors go and say, "Hey, I need this on set. I can do that." You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's crazy. Let me get your top 3 authors.
That's so hard.
Top 3. No top 5. Top 3.
Top 3. Wahidia Clark, Ashley Antoinette, and it's so hard. Why you give me 3? I got like 80. Lately I've been rocking with Kennedy Ryan a lot. Like I've been reading her whole catalog.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about her like draws you to her books?
Well, a lot of her books, it's just, I love the way that she developed her characters. I love her storylines or whatever. So that she's new and refreshing for me. Let me say that, because honestly, when you read, I can't go without saying Jessica Watkins too.
Okay.
But I can't, like, to be perfectly honest with you, like when you read so much of the fiction, like I like street lit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like the drug deals. I like the bad boy. I like the gold teeth. I like the swaggy men. I like all of that. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, you can overdose on it. You know what I'm saying? So Kennedy Ryan kind of give me a different kind of feel, because hers is a lot more contemporary, in my opinion. You still got your drama, but it's not like just all in your face. So it's just opening me up to something different.
Yeah. How do you know what's good and what's not good? Like, how do you know what to essentially bottle up and throw away and start over again? Have you ever felt like you threw something that was great away?
I ain't never threw nothing great away. Everything that's in that trash needed to be. Everything in that trash needed to be. And so that's the funny part. I do have to decide what I want to include and what not to. I had to edit Rearranged down because of that, because I was introducing new characters. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, what do these people, I had to take my time and say, what do people want to know? If I read the series, I want to know what's going on with these babies. I want to know what happened with Kennedy. I want to know what happened with Mitch. Did Kayla and Chris actually remain together, or was it just a fling? I want to know all those things. So I had to bring it down, you know what I'm saying, to say, because I had all types of stuff going on. So you edit it down, but the good part about that is I got enough to be able to put into a whole nother book and start a whole nother series if I want to. So it's never wasteful, but it's been times that I've been like, what are you even talking about, Kiki? Like, throw this away. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's not it, you know. So, but it's kind of like something that you just know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't.
Yeah, a lot of creators be like that. Like, they just can't. They can't put their finger on it, but it's a God-given gift, so it's like, you know.
Exactly. You like, this ain't gonna work. I'm really stretching this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this don't feel right. It's a feeling that you get. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this ain't it. Like that.
Who got cut from the characters? Is all the characters from the first 3 books in Rearranged?
Yeah. So you only get Blake and India from Boundaries.
Okay.
All the other characters got cut. And then you get introduced to 2 new characters in this book who are Grant and Aspen. Okay. Yeah.
Dang, you cut everybody. Everybody got fired.
Well, at the end of Boundaries, 3 of them had already, they ended. You know what I mean? Like, and you have to read the book to know what I mean. Yeah. And then the other ones, it's just when you get feedback, you get reviews or whatever. And so you asked me before, do you kind of gravitate to what people want? Those are one of those things that you kind of do, because people will tell you who their favorite characters are. And so when you consistently say, oh my gosh, Kennedy this or Tia that or whatever, and you constantly seeing that, it's like, okay, ain't nobody saying nothing about these other people. So these are the people that's sticking with them. I'm going to keep writing for them.
Right.
Yeah.
What characteristics of the new characters that are coming in?
Oh my gosh. Aspen is a firecracker. She is Mitch's new fling, and she is going to have everybody heated. Like, she has a very poor attitude. She's very insecure.
Very poor attitude.
She's very insecure. She is feisty. And she don't give a damn about nothing or nobody. Okay,
so she a little ratchet. All the way ratchet.
Yeah, she is. But she a professional one. You know what I'm saying? She not the hood rat. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So you'll get a lot out of her. That's a different. I enjoyed writing for her. And what's funny about writing for her is the rage that she shows in her character is how I felt internally. So I actually kept her for that reason. Like, she meant something to me.
Okay.
And then Grant is a whole psychopath, but you'll have to read the book to be able to know.
And them the two new characters?
Those are the two new characters, and they gonna character, okay?
Man.
But you'll also get some surprises. Like Kennedy, like I said, it's called Rearranged. She making some decisions that you wouldn't think your girl would be making. You know what I mean? She running it back over here, doing a little something over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think people are gonna probably be most surprised about her transition, you know, than anything, because she was in the other book. She was really strong-minded and very professional and real put together, and she just like different. Okay.
How you said it's loosely based off your real life?
Yeah.
How many people been mad that they done been like a little bit in the book?
Oh my gosh! So my first book, if anybody has been following this series, you'll know that my first book and my second books were 7 years apart. When I released that first book, all my family fell out with me.
What?
They did not. Like, I'm talking about, they read it and they can identify certain things. That's how close to the truth it is. And it was, how dare you? I can't believe you. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you don't put all this business out there. Mind you, I created a whole world. Don't nobody, unless you know and know, you know, but it's like, I had to tell myself, it is what it is, because this is the part of my story. If you don't like how you show up, you probably shouldn't keep showing up like that. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
So you ain't even cut the dope. You just gave it straight to them. Like,
absolutely. I mean, I let them know ahead of time, like, hey, I'm writing a book. My therapist encouraged it. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be loosely based on my life. It won't be a biography, but hey, you might see yourself in there. And I promise you, that's probably the only book that my family supported me on, because they want to see what it is. And my mama still, to this day, she ain't read none of them. And now, unfortunately, she's legally blind, but the books, again, are recorded. I sent them to her. She still ain't listening to her. She ain't ready. She not. So.
Wow, so the fan fell out. Like,
yeah, and I was so broken. I was just like, dang, I'm trying to do something, you know what I'm saying? And literally with the conversations that I had, and it was people who I would have never imagined would have shown that type of animosity. And I was just so taken aback. So I stopped writing for a minute. Stopped writing. Then I started going to this new salon to get with my best friend to get my hair done. And so my best friend always put me on. She's like, hey, she a writer. Y'all should read her book or whatever. And so the ladies at the salon got the book, and they like, where is number 2? You mean to tell me you gonna leave it right here or whatever? So I kind of got encouraged about it, and I was like, let me go and put this book together. And I got back into it. So,
man, I don't understand why you mad if you don't like. Don't nobody know it's you but you.
Man, listen, it's the accountability factor. Like, people don't want to see themselves through your eyes. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Because honestly, if it's not put in front of them, then they can continue to go with the storyline that they had. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it was all true. You know what I mean? I didn't make up anything.
Right.
Anything. And it wasn't meant to hurt anybody. It was to heal myself. You know what I mean? So I wasn't going to run it back. Like, I wasn't.
Did they try to get you to stop the book?
Like, it was so, like, I can't even tell you about. Mama started talking to me completely. She was running amok, telling everybody not to read it because she felt like I was being so disrespectful, and you know, I was making up stuff, and she don't know how my experience was what I remember, because she didn't do that.
You know what? That's the thing with, like, R.I.P. my mama, but the parents of us, the 80s babies, they tend to have what they call it, convenient convenient amnesia. Yeah. Like, they really do.
Yeah, they do.
And they get mad when you bring it up.
But see, this is what's funny to me. You remember, and I'm probably sure you grew up in a black household, everybody's talking about leave your business in your house. Yeah. You know why? Because y'all knew y'all wasn't doing us right. That's why you wanted to leave the business in there, because you knew if we said something. So this is kind of this is how they looked at it. Like, you went and told your household building in this book, and you would have thought that I sold like 1 million copies of it. You know what I'm saying?
that was like, the world got this book, girl.
Man, listen, I'm like, I hadn't even sold maybe 10 copies of that thing. All 10 copies y'all probably bought.
I ain't hit Oprah yet. I ain't hit Steve Harvey yet. I ain't hit nobody yet.
None of it. And baby, when I tell you they distanced themselves, it was so many rumors. You know what I'm saying? I had people calling to confront me because they saw themselves in a character and thought that I was talking about them. And I'm like, I didn't know that you would see yourself. I was talking about me. You know what I mean? It was a mess. It was a complete mess. Like, I was so discouraged. I had never felt more discouraged by my family and a reaction again. So I just put the pen down. I was like, forget it. This, it wasn't really selling that good anyways. Again, I ain't know what I was doing. I was just trying to figure it out as I went. I overspent getting that book out because I was just making mistake after mistake after mistake. And so the funny part is now is some people's fan favorites. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they like, and unless I open up and tell this story, nobody really knows. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's time for us to grow up and accept our flaws, man. It is what it is.
Man, that's wild. It wasn't their names. It was bad.
And man, I'm talking about. I gave them different descriptions. But people know when they did something. These people didn't even look like the people. Like their names weren't there. Like all those names, all that stuff is just fictional stuff. But them situations ate some people up, baby.
That's crazy, man. I can't believe they stopped messing with you.
Yeah, they stopped messing with even my baby daddy, because one of the characters, Ryan, was loosely based on him. He was down with me, and at that time we weren't really getting along because I had gotten married, and he had served some time in prison or whatever, and he felt like I had already did him wrong. So then here I write this book, and I know he ain't read it. Let me be clear with you, but somebody done said something to him, and he was like, "Oh, I heard about Ryan in the book." I was like, "Boy, leave me alone, like please, leave me alone."
Straight up. So okay, so Rearranged based in Atlanta too.
Yeah, all of them.
All the books are
everything that I write will be based here. We might go on some trips, but I know Atlanta. Yeah, so it has to feel real. So
yeah, because that's feisty right there. You know what I'm saying? If the characters take a vacation, and you know what I'm saying, Santorini or you know what I'm saying, Hawaii or something.
Yeah,
they could get real spicy out there.
Absolutely. You
know what I'm saying?
The characters and boundaries went to the Cabo and they ain't do right. So they ain't do right at all.
Oh yeah, I know. That's how my boy Mitch got the side situations, right?
No, Mitch got the side situation in the Bahamas on a cruise.
Okay, that trip.
Yeah.
Wrong scenario, wrong trip.
There you go.
Okay. Straight up, man. What advice would you give to young black female writers or young writers, period?
Just stay with it. Like it's not for the faint at heart, to be perfectly honest. You know, like a lot of people have a better go at it than others. But if it's something that you're passionate about, I'm going to say continue to push for it. I regret not doing that for myself. I really do. Because I'm a little bit older now. I ain't in no position to sleep on nobody's couch or eat no bologna sandwiches. I got people depending on me, you know. So to try to chase this dream now and really put everything about it, I'm terrified. But you got to do it scared.
Yeah, I like to see the videos of the older like actors and comedians and musicians that say they was 43 and 44 when they got their first big role. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Like they give you a little hope.
It give you a little hope.
It give you a rope to pull on.
It does.
Straight up.
Yep, exactly. I love to see stuff like that because it just shows you that it doesn't matter when you start or where you start. If you got a dream, you could have those things. And I promise you, like the way I've been seeing God line up in my life, and every time I start doubting something else happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay on the course. So it's like I said, I am a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't 1 foot in the grave yet, but you know what I'm saying? Like in my opinion, never imagined that I would be my age chasing a dream.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, that when that dream is birthed to you, I think that you're supposed to jump on it and take every step possible to try to achieve it. If I could do anything different, I would have, because it's been a part of my life, my entire life. And I let so many things, so many situations distract me and tell me that this is not what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And if I had not done those things, if I had actually put myself into it the way I'm almost certain that I would be, like, y'all would know me as author Lakaii versus from YouTube. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and that's what be giving me the, you know, I just don't care.
Yeah.
Those regrets, like, you know what, I don't want no more of those.
Yeah, for sure.
Them thing right there will eat at you. Like,
eat you from the inside out, baby.
Boy,
like,
you gonna need Jesus and the Hebrews, boy. Let me tell you, them things will eat away at you. The disciples, you gonna need all of them. Joseph, call all them niggas because you gonna need them.
Absolutely.
Like, and I don't want no more.
I don't want no more either. I'm ready to live. I'm ready to live. Earlier this year, I lost one of my baby brothers. I have a lot of siblings, so he's one of my baby brothers. And I promise you, he was only 33 years old, and it was sudden. Wow. And I, every day I get up and I do something different. I do something to live. You know what I mean? Because you don't get to anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes to show you how short life is. You know what I'm saying? So I keep telling Mike, because my hubby is a procrastinator. He'll put stuff off, and I'm like, why not do what you can today instead of putting it off for tomorrow? Because we don't know that tomorrow, a lot of people have passed away around me, and it's impacted me. Nothing impacted me like this, though. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you're so young, and this was not supposed to happen. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, I'm not taking it in life for granted anymore. Like, I'm getting ready to, I'm gonna do it if I want to do it. If I don't want to do it, I'm not building a list of regrets ever again.
Yeah. And same. As we get older, we start losing people around us. And the one thing I came to was, okay, something got to go.
Yeah.
That's why, I'm gonna have my new minimalist theme to where I just want to be a minimalist. Like, I don't like all this other stuff. I don't really need.
Listen, that was one of the best parts that you did. Let me be clear.
For sure.
Man, when I said James is on to something.
Yeah, dog.
What does it mean? Nothing means nothing. Like, you do all of this stuff and you chasing all of this money and you doing whatever. Listen, I've been with the company that I was laid off from for 15 years. I ain't heard from nobody from my team since I left. I was literally there day and night, working through the night, whatever. And when the day that I left was the last time that I talked to most of those people on my team. You don't mean shit to nobody. Excuse me, I don't know if I can curse on
you.
You
good.
You don't mean nothing to nobody. It's all numbers. It's all whatever. Like, I look at all the things that you're investing in, and I want this bigger house, and I want this, and I want that.
Yeah.
For what? Like, I mean, it's just more to clean up, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have to have these things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you go out there, I look out in my driveway, and we got 3 cars. We can't drive but 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it all for? Why did I have to have that? You know what I mean? So it's like, when I listened to that, I was just like, wow, you really on to something. Like, and now, the only thing I want to do is provide for my family. It don't have to be grandiose. Of course, you want to be safe, and I'm not saying go and live in a shack, but I'm just saying, like, like, I want to travel. I want to make memories. I want to have the things that you can't pay for.
Yeah. That's one of the things I want. When I'm in the box, they're gonna be like, hey, that nigga did his thing. Like, that nigga went everywhere.
That he saw the world.
It's a lot of world. You know what I'm saying? But us as black people are born to, the culture has groomed us to want the bigger things and not the more meaningful things.
There you go.
So, like I say, a woman that says she want to be a stay-at-home mom really don't want to be, because she still want to go to brunch with the girls. But the stay-at-home moms, they got one car.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a completely different lifestyle.
Yeah, they stay in the 1,300 square feet.
There you go.
But they doing them.
They enjoying their lives.
Yeah, most of the people who travel got small apartments. Like, they don't have a big old house.
Exactly.
Because they ain't never there.
Never there. Because for what? That's what I'm saying. Like, we just accustomed to, like, for me, I can only speak for myself. Yeah. A lot of the things that I've done has been because I want my kids to have different than what I did. Yeah. I don't want them to struggle. I don't want or I'm trying to do life the exact opposite way that my mama did it. Yeah. And that's been the motivation for a lot of it. But the reality of it is some of the stuff that I give my kids, I don't even care about. I don't have to have. Like, I'm not a Gucci girl. I'm not a Chanel chick. I ain't going to, like, you going to see me in some Nikes.
You gotta have some nice shit.
I absolutely do. Like, but I
you gotta choose, though.
Exactly. I like what it stands for. Like, a lot of the stuff that I do is meaningful. The just do it logo or whatever you call it. Yeah. That means something to do. Just do it. It actually has purpose. So that's why I will wear this. But for the most part, before we was fighting with Target, I was at Target. I ain't going to give you Walmart. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to have the things that I fight so hard for them to have, only for them to be spoiled and ungrateful. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, I don't know. Like I say, a lot of this stuff I wish I had known, like, or been taught, but I'm learning it now. It is what it is. But that minimalistic lifestyle is the way to go. Like,
man, it's
so
lit.
much less stress.
Especially when it's like, hey, I got to make sure we good.
There you go.
Cause I don't want to put it on my kids. I done seen them put it on kids. It's not a good situation
At all.
They got to stop their life. I don't never want to stop my kids' life. Like, live your life, cause
there you go.
if I feel irresponsible if we get old and can't take care of each other.
I do too. I don't want that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we know it's coming.
You know it's coming, and sometimes it comes a lot sooner because we didn't get to talk about my background or whatever. But I was born very young. My mom was 14, and who would have known that when she got in her 40s, around my age specifically, that her health was going to fail the way it is. My mom has end-stage renal failure right now, and she did not have those things left. I'm the only child with her. You know what I mean? So a lot of responsibility falls to me. That's not fair to me. You know what I'm saying? And because I know how I feel, I'm constantly like, where can I put some money, investments? Because I want my kids to live. You can stop by and see mama. I ain't trying to live in your basement. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to change me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fair to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, instead of investing in all of these things that don't mean anything, I try to put that in place. So if I have to be in a nursing home, because she just actually left a rehabilitation home or whatever, and she stays with my aunt right now. But if she didn't like it because it was like, it wasn't fancy or anything, she really wasn't comfortable. Listen, if I got to retire like that, I'm gonna need the little bus to be coming to pick us up and take us on movie nights. I'm gonna need all of that. Like, I want to
your Walmart
like
runs.
There you go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
bingo.
But that shouldn't be their responsibility. It's nice if your kids can invest in you, or they can be there to support you, and it's wonderful if they want to, but it shouldn't be mandatory.
Yeah, and I know some of y'all gonna be out there. Nah, your kids should take care of you when you get old. You should be accountable and do the moves to take care of yourself when you get old. I'm sorry I had to say that, but it needs to be said.
Yes, it does.
But it's true.
It's true. Like, we are responsible for them.
Yeah.
They should never have to be responsible for us.
Yeah, and our parents made us feel like you wouldn't if you wasn't there.
Man, listen, that's
if you don't do it, I can't believe you,
baby,
Negro to God.
My grandma tell me, before my grandma was getting sick, she's Alzheimer's dementia right now. But before she started going through this, she used to tell me, like, if I told my mama no about anything, you going to hell. The Bible say.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, and they don't lie about that Bible so many times, baby. I say,
but they put everything on that Bible.
You better
boy.
read it yourself, because girl, listen, sorry, they'll have us in hell. Like, for real, with all the stuff that I got old enough to read it myself, and I'm like, what was she talking about? But listen, everything that I do or don't do for my mama, I'm going to hell. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, and that's so unfair. Like, I'm not, like, it's nice that I'm at a place where I want to, that I can, you know what I mean? But I should not be held accountable for you. Like, I shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's going to be very controversial. People going to say something about that. But
they better let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I definitely understand that aspect of it, because I'm trying to go against the aspect of it. But like I said, you got to have accountability to do that. You have
to have accountability to do that. And then my thing is, like I said, it is a controversial conversation, but I really want to understand other people's thought process. Like, I didn't have my children to have so that they can take care of me in my old age. That's not what it was supposed to be about. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that I'm positioning my children to be, when they have theirs, that they can say, you know what, I don't want this for it. Like, if you really want the best for your children, you want them to be free. Why would you want them stuck with you in their basement, bothering them, calling their name all the time? Like, why take away from their life?
This is what it is. It's a bad investment somewhere along the lines, right? Okay, you got the parent who takes care of a kid.
There you go.
Until they older. And then the parent gets sick, and they wasn't making the moves to do what they had to do for them, because they were taking care of you, or they was helping you, assisting you through your life. And that's where it happens at. So at some point, as a parent, if you want to take care of yourself when you get old, they're going to have to get off the titty and experience life on their own terms.
There you go.
So you can get yourself together. So that way, once they end up getting their stuff together, they can keep going.
Exactly. So my thing is you teach your children how to fish so they can always eat. You know, and unfortunately for my personal situation, my mom wasn't the greatest mom. Unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. So it's always been difficult for me because it's like, dang, you weren't there for me like you needed to. You abused me when you were, and now I have to be the person that takes care of you.
May 9th.
Yes, May 9th.
Rearranged comes out.
It will be on paperbook. It will be on Audible. It'll be on Kindle. It will be, you can buy it directly from me. I'm signing them, and I'm going to send them out before the book actually drops. So that's one of the benefits of the pre-order. Plus, you'll get a cute little gift. I like cute little gifts.
How many books you be signing?
Oh my gosh! Like,
do it be a lot? You do the Sharpie thing?
No, I need to.
You know, wifey showed me yours. I don't think it's. You know, you gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it don't look like. It look like, you know.
Yeah, I've done several book signings. Signed hundreds of books. I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't so impersonal, I just really want one of them stamps.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask you, did you have a stamp?
You think that's impersonal? I feel like it's impersonal. Like it's just you just stamping stuff. Like I
mean, but you signed the thing to make the stamp.
I mean, you do, but it's still it's a look. It's a different look and feel.
I understand.
You know, so I just
the
be like
authenticity.
Yeah, and you gonna get my little chicken scratch. You know, so
straight up.
So but I ain't even gonna lie. Like that, when I did the book box giveaway a couple of weeks ago, and I had to go through and sign. Having to find something to say, but you want it to be personal. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say, James, thank you so much for your support. Carrie, thank you so much for your support. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, it's tiring. It really is. You know what I'm saying? But listen, if it means I can take care of my family, I'm gonna sign my life away. Okay, so that's what we're doing. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm trying to get to some different author events. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to definitely network more and just be out and about more. One thing I can say about social is you have to find other ways outside of that to market, because that's not where your support usually is. You know what I mean? So I want people to get to know my face. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna invest some time in looking for. I have been invited to one author event. It's called the Boozy Book Tour, but that's not until February of next year, like around my birthday weekend or whatever. And it's in Vegas, so I'm looking forward to going out there. The event that was here in Atlanta, I tried to register way too late and it sold out or whatever, but I'm still gonna go in that area and try to like mix and mingle, you know what I'm saying? So network with some people. But I got to get out and about a lot more. So I'm really excited about this. This will be my first time ever releasing 2 books in 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm listen.
That's crazy, right there.
I gave myself some goals.
That's crazy, right there. I told you, Life Flex, two books 1 year. That's good, man. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do when you got your time.
When you got your time, like when you got your time, like I ain't even realized that I could do it, because I ain't never. I mean, like, it's a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. It's some of these author chicks out here that are releasing books every 3 months, every other month. You know what I mean? I'm like, how y'all doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how my creativity works. So I had to decide what kind of author I want to be. You know, I'm good with 2 or 3 a year. It gives me time to develop, you know what I'm saying? Get them time to wait on something to come. I ain't hating on those girls, because I know they get into the bag. You know what I'm saying? But that's just not who I am right now. You know what I mean? So I am excited to do these 2, and I'm going on my vision board. I do have 3, but okay. I think I'm kind of pushing the 3rd one, and only because I like to work with the same team of people, so I have to consider what their schedules look like to be able to create covers, to be able to edit, to be able to read. You know what I mean? And so, and I don't like the half step. You know what I mean? So some of it is predicated on other people's schedule, because I'm not one that's like, okay, I'm gonna use this person, that person, and I might be holding myself back that way, but I like relationships and loyalty. So
yeah, what genre would you like to write about that might not be the genre that you're in now?
Just the thriller, the psychological thriller.
The one that's coming up next.
The house. That's the one that I'm trying to get out by the end of the year, because baby, it's pretty much written. But I just want to see how it'll perform for me. Like how people will feel if they see something different from my pen. You know what I mean? So I'm in love with it. I had to do a lot of research, because it's really based on generational curses. Like I've had a lot of conversation about my family, so I think it's obvious to everybody that I didn't have the best upbringing, but the house that my grandma lives in currently, it's almost like it has a curse on it. Like when you get there, if you stay, it don't turn out good. It don't turn out good for you at all. You know what I mean? And so I'm using that concept, but I wanted it to feel authentic. So I started doing like research on my family or whatever. And baby, when I tell you it's dark, it's dark. And so I'm super excited about it because it's just something that I don't do. But yeah, it's
so you finna talk about the family again. You going deeper in the history of the family again?
Well, no, I'm not even using them. Okay, I would never do it again. Like, but it's my life. It's my life. This is what I'm living. You know what I mean? So I am going to use my experiences there. And basically, it's like this house has a stronghold over people, and this is the truth. I'm not lying. So that's going to be the basis of it. That if they want to look at it and be like, "Oh, here you go again," so be it. I don't care at this point. I never recovered from a lot of those relationships anyway, so it is what it is. They don't support what I do. So with that being said, it's like they'll never know anyways because you're not gonna read it unless a cousin read it and said, hey, whatever. But I'm really excited about that genre. I'm going to also be releasing a book called Mama's Babies, Daddy's Maybes. And that's kind of going to be surrounded about
child support,
my sisters, my dad, and child support.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, straight up. Because we need the child support to go down. You know what I'm saying? I know the Kings feel me. We need. We need some flat out. We have to get Trump about that. I ain't in the fight no more, but I still advocate for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Please do.
Straight up.
But yeah, so I'm excited. I got a whole bunch of it's almost like when I had the time, my mind just exploded with ideas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like probably writing like 4 books right now at the same time. Like I'll get tired of thinking about this, or I get stuck or something. I'm like, let me jump over here. Let me jump over there. So that's been really different for me because usually it's one book, one focus. I get to it when I can. So
when you get the ideas and you're a creator and you could just push some things out and think about them things on your own terms without no distractions, it's a lit life.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Oh, it's a lit life. It's like, oh my God,
the way I wake up in the mornings now compared to how I felt then is completely different. I wake up every morning with anxiety because I'm like, oh God, when I open this app, what fire drill do I got to put out? You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed what I did. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And if I ever had to do it again, I will. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, waking up and being excited, I'm like in the kitchen getting my little coffee, and then I'm getting all my little stuff together, putting on my socks and my baseball hat, and I get to sit at my computer and create and just do what I enjoy doing. I have never felt so good. The only times that I get anxious is when it settles in on you, you chasing the dream, girl. You ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then my baby said it best. I was saying that to her one day. I was like, Mommy's not working right now. She was like, what do you mean you're not working? You're an author. And I was like, that's right. You know what I'm saying? So I have to flip that corporate mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll sink back into it and be on LinkedIn in a second. You know what I'm saying?
Because we grew up, you get you a good job, you take care of your family, and that's what you do.
Exactly.
But all the benefits they had, we don't have.
Exactly. We don't.
Ain't no pension no more. And Social Security finna be gone.
Right.
It's like, that might not be the way, my man.
Yeah, I was lucky to be able to have a pension because of when I started. But for the people after me, they didn't get one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to your point, it's my grandma that I was just telling you about, she worked the same job her entire life. That's impossible nowadays.
Yeah.
Because they ain't loyal to you and you ain't loyal to them. And it's just this constant rat race. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, I know I got to hustle. I got to do a lot of stuff that I'm not comfortable with in order for this to work. Like I said, I'm not a social media person. And it's weird because, of course, who I'm married to, it's so weird because Mike is an introvert. But when it comes to the social media, he can show up for that. I'm an extrovert. But when it comes to social media, because you just never know who's looking into your life. So I struggle with that a little bit. But I know I'm going to have to step outside of my comfort zone to be able to be successful. But I feel like if I gave them 15 years of hard time all the time, if I invest that same time in me, and trust me, I feel like I'm working almost 24 hours a day. I feel like it's all one day. That's what I feel like. But I'm worth that investment. And if I can give myself that, I think I can make this work for me.
Yeah, and then it's your time.
Yeah.
So I can move it how I need to move it.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Which makes it a lot easier. So I might work 24 hours, but I can move it how I want to move it.
There you go.
I don't have to just be here for this many hours to produce for you. I could produce for me during those hours, and then take 2 hours to do this, and take an hour to be with my husband. I mean, with my wife. I can pause for my New York nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a beautiful thing, and once you taste it, it's like tasting the best seafood you ever had in your life.
There you go. And you don't never want to
go to Captain D's no more.
Man, listen, I promise you, this has to work, because I promise you,
it's
being
gonna
exposed
work.
to this life where I can do what I want, so I can show up for my baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She had a little event, so she just be like, "Mommy, can you come read to the class?" And I'm like, I can actually do that. You know what I'm saying? And not be distracted or not feel like, dang, I got this project that they need me, or I got to cancel this meeting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just that freedom. Like, everything we do is for freedom. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's not the money. I just want this freedom. I want to
live the second half of my life.
That's what I'm saying.
We had kids early.
Feeling better than this. Like, I'm like, I can cook dinner for my husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can clean up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually have time. I got time. I haven't, and I didn't realize the first time that I was introduced to having time was when COVID happened, or the pandemic. Tell him to scratch COVID, because that's a
topic.
No, that's a
sensitive
word
for
the
subject.
social. Yeah.
Oh,
but when the pandemic happened, we went through the pandemic, and suddenly I went from being in track, because at that time I was going to the office 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't started the 3 days a week, or maybe we had, but either way, I was spending a lot of time at the office. And so I didn't get to do nothing. I would leave when it was dark outside and come home when it was dark outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming home, I'm irritated, I'm mad, been sitting in traffic. I got an attitude with my hubby. I don't want to be bothered with my child. They had to eat fast food. You know what I'm saying? And so that was the first time, because we were stuck. We was in the house. I still did my job, but I was able to get them their little 8 hours and then get off. And we, y'all know, we had Friday night lives with the Riches. We had all types of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I had time. And then now it's like the ultimate time. It's just like, I literally have to put myself on a schedule, because I be finding myself sleeping in, dropping Harley off at the school bus, and coming back to lay down for a minute. And I'm like, you weren't laying down when you was getting up to work for them other people. So why is you laying down now? You know what I'm saying? So I have to put, because I promise you, for a minute, at first, when this happened like last year, I was traveling. I probably went on 3 vacations in like a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you doing? But I want that. That's the life I want to live. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be stuck doing anything. I can take my laptop everywhere. I can write from the beach, write from the airplane, write from somebody else's house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need this.
And that's the thing. And to have the ability to set the person that you with free also.
Oh my God.
Because if I put enough in this,
oh my gosh,
I can make that happen. And that's like, if I can make this motherfucker feel that feeling, and we both out here, we both outside.
Listen,
y'all don't want to see us both outside.
When I tell you, I want to retire my hubby so bad. Like, that is my ultimate goal. Like, because he's such a hard worker. Like, it might work. If he don't do nothing else, he work. He gonna get.
Shout out to my guy. He's a man.
He's a man. He gonna get up, and he don't like it, but he gonna get up and get in truck. You know what I'm saying? And then after he get done with that, he gonna run around the city to make sure that his YouTube subscribers have some type of content.
Yeah.
But and for the most part, he enjoys what he does. But I know the beast he could be if he didn't have to have that daytime. You know what I'm saying? He has so many ideas and so much stuff, but he tired. You know what I'm saying? He just running all the time. And oftentimes I do feel guilty when I wake up, because he has to be to work at about 6:30 or something in the morning. So he's about 5 or something. He waking up and he like, babe, I'm finna head out. And it be a little rock in my heart, because I'm like, I'm at home and I'm not doing that, the hustle and bustle or whatever. And
but you're an author.
I know. I
I
get that. So it's not like I'm not running, but I want him to be able to work on something that he just, like he like film and all that type of stuff. And I can only imagine what he can accomplish if he had the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he already does well now, but if he had the time, he'll be a whole beast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that one day I can be like, babe, I'm gonna pull up to the job. You ain't got to put in no 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, let go.
You ain't going back, bro.
Exactly.
We good.
Go on the park that truck. Let's get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that would bring me. I would be elated. Like, oh my gosh, that's what my ultimate goal is. I want us both to be outside, like you said.
Yeah, we both got to be outside. And once we both outside and doing what we love, that's when I think the paper will come together for us to be taken care of. As we get older, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we can have these experiences, and instead of my kids being spoiled on other shit, like my baby gonna be well traveled. You know what I'm saying? She might be a little bilingual on you niggas.
Let's be clear. You better prepare them.
Flat out, cause I stay in London for a year. Like, don't play with me,
man. That
you
would
know,
be a
cause the
dream.
U.S. ain't really U.S.ing right now.
I'm about to move to Thailand or somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
they out here BSing. They ain't USing. They BSing. Yeah,
you said it right, Lord.
Straight up. But thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You have to come on again because I want to talk about life.
Yes, I want to talk about life as well. I would have been okay with us talking about life right now. But I appreciate you putting me on. I'm so excited about everything that's going on with you and my friend.
Oh, for sure.
I'm so excited. Y'all have to spill y'all own beans when y'all ready. But I'm just like, when I tell you, my heart is just glowing in excitement for you guys. So I'm excited to be here with you. Y'all, I should have been the first one. I told y'all I would have flew.
Yeah.
We not gonna have this problem again. Okay,
we not.
Okay,
Straight up.
You listen.
Flat out. Because whenever you say you ready, I'm be like, what's good? Camera's ready. Let's roll.
Because I can't even watch that first part. I just skip over it because it wasn't me. I don't even know what it's about. Okay.
Man, flat out. Tell them where to find you at again.
So you can find me. I don't think I mentioned our YouTube station. I have a YouTube station called The Richest Vlogs. You can find me on TikTok as well as Instagram at Author Lakaii. I do have a Facebook account, and it's the same name, Author Lakaii.
Just make me feel old. It
does. I
want to be on there with you old niggas, man. You know, I'm a young thing, man.
That's where a lot of my little family is. I think they did something to the algorithm over there because they don't fool with me over there.
Yeah, somebody did something to my algorithm on Facebook too.
Yeah, something happened. I'm like, dang, no love. So those are the only 2 platforms, social platform, 3 social platforms. I'm trying to bring more people to my website, so it would mean the world to me if people could go to Lakaii Richardson at yahoo.com. He'll drop the link there.
Yeah.
And you can sign up for my email list. I have so much exciting stuff and just little sidebar books and different gifts and contests and things that I want. I just want to build a real cult fan of my own and not have to run to the social sites to kind of remain relevant. You know what I mean? So that email list is going to be pertinent to my journey. So please follow me there. So yeah, that's all. That's where I'm at. Other than that, I'm at the house.
At the crib with it, writing.
Yeah, exactly.
Flat out. Author Lakaii Richardson, man. Look, hey, we already got 3 books.
We do, but they got to have the new cover.
Yeah, they got the new cover. These the OGs. You can't got these. You know what I'm saying? You can't get these. You know, I don't know what the resale value you're going for, but this is on side 1 now. That's the second one. This is the first. This is the third one. This is Boundaries. And then we got on the inside looking out, right?
Yep, exactly.
See, what?
Exactly.
Go get you a book, get you an old book, catch up on the series, man.
Yes. And don't worry, it's the new covers, but it's still the same great story. So didn't change anything about the story.
Yeah, it might look different.
Yeah.
But it's still the same.
Absolutely.
Flat out. All the links will be in the description below, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like and subscribe. Rock with me. We out.
Elaborate.